Have you ever asked yourself why? Like, why am I with this person? Why did I marry this person? Why am I in love with this person? Why are we together? Like, where did this relationship come from? That question is all important if you are having struggles in your marriage or relationship. If you get down to the why, you position yourself for much greater success in your relationship. And in this video, what I want to do is I want to talk to you about the first of my 6 steps for relationship success. As you head into the year 2025, you want to get really clear about the steps to success. Aren't you tired of wandering and frustration in your relationship? Aren't you tired of just sort of going about things the same old way and expecting different results? Aren't you like fed up with how long are we going to do this way? And here's the kicker, here's the catch. You could actually be with the right person, but not involved in the right process for success in your relationship. So I want to get you ready for 2025 so that you can have the relationship that you have always dreamed of. And I promise you, you've had a dream, and there's a reason why you're here. Hey, I'm Rod Harrison. I am so delighted to be with you today and to share with you the first of these 6 steps. So make sure you keep watching for the upcoming videos. I want to finish out this series. I want to help you get really, really geared up for a successful 2025 in your relationship life. So if you're married, yes, listen, you can turn a frustrating relationship around and be deeply satisfied. I'm telling you, I know, I have seen it happen. I work with couples all the time and I know what is possible. Hey, you don't have to give up on the relationship. You don't have to walk away. You can have the relationship that you want. So let's talk about that today. Let's talk about this first of 6 steps to relationship success. And so I use the words marriage and relationship because I recognize some people are married, some people are not married, but may be in a relationship. These principles will apply to both sets of circumstances. So stay with me. Like, why are you with that person? Why are you in love? Why did you choose to marry that person that you're with? Why did they marry you? Why did they say yes to you? Why are they in relationship with you? Right? The science of why is crucial. Um, we've heard this from the writer, I think it was Simon Sinek, who said, begin with why. We have to begin with why. Why am I doing this? Why am I here? It's important to ask this question because your frustrations are tied to the why. Yeah. Your frustrations are tied to the why. The reason you're frustrated is because you had an expectation, and that expectation or those several expectations may not be coming to fruition. And you find yourself, maybe both of you, find yourselves constantly irritated, constantly frustrated, constantly feeling like, am I in the right relationship? Is this going to work? What can we do? Why did we get together? Is this making sense to you? If this is making sense, make sure you drop something in the comments. That helps me. I want to make sure I'm serving you well. I want to make sure that I'm giving you insights and guidance that are helpful for you. So just holler back at your guy, right? So the first thing is you got to this is the first step. You got to clarify your why. You got to clarify your why. You got to clarify your why. Why did I fall in love with this person? Why did I make this commitment? Why am I in this relationship this long? Why do I keep saying yes, even when sometimes this person drives me up the wall? Did you know that you can be in love with somebody that you don't like? You can also like somebody that you don't love and get the two confused, but you might be in love with somebody and there are days and moments, I promise you, when you're like, I don't like you. I don't like you. I love you, but I don't like you today. My wife used to say that to me. She's like, I love you, but I like today, like you're a whole thing. You're a whole piece of work getting on my nerves. Love you. I don't like you. So let's clarify your why. Here's a first step to clarifying your why. You have to be honest. You got to be honest with yourself because sometimes we're not honest with ourselves, like why we're together, why I said yes, how I got into this relationship. Are you honest about this? Like, can you be honest about it? You got to be honest. You'll never get to the why, and you'll always be frustrated, or you might bail on a great relationship because you weren't honest with yourself. This honesty is important. Like, did I marry this person because I was expecting them to be my, my everything? I was expecting them to make me so satisfied, right? To be the yin to my yang. I was expecting that they would bring something into my life that would fix some real problems in my life. I was hoping that they would just love me and care for me. There's nothing wrong with that as an expectation, as a desire, right? Maybe you got married because you were trying to escape something in your life. Can you be honest about that? Like, I was trying to get away from being single. I don't want to be single anymore. I don't want to just be out here dating, floating around. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to get married. Have you been honest yet? Maybe you were trying to please somebody else. I don't know. Maybe your mother said, maybe your father said, maybe some friend said, you need to get married. You're so picky. You just need to get married. Why don't you just get married? And you're like, okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. But you weren't sure that this person was the right person for you. If you're married, can I just caution you, like, pump your brakes before you just jump ship, right? Because there's some steps that you can take in 2025 that could actually turn what is not a great relationship, if you're both willing to do some work, and maybe it might just be you who needs to do some work. There's some steps that you can take that you can turn a relationship into something gorgeous and amazing and powerful, right? You can have an amazing marriage, you can have an amazing relationship, but you got to begin with this why. You got to be honest about why you're in it, because you might be walking around with your head down, disappointed. You know what disappointment is, right? Have I shared this with you before? Disappointment is the distance between your expectation and reality. So if your expectation is way up here, but in reality you're getting this, all of this space represents your disappointment. And there's nothing more frustrating than being disappointed in one of the most important, closest, revealing relationships in life, like marriage or like this committed relationship that you might be in. And so let's get honest. Can you be honest? Come on, talk back to me. Can you be honest? Can you get real honest? I got married because, or I said yes to this relationship because, I'm in this space because if you can get honest, we can get some work done. Hey, I want you to succeed in 2025, but we got to start out being honest. By the way, this is probably the hardest of the 6 steps that I'm going to teach you about, right? Here's some other questions. Did you have unrealistic expectations, right? That's like, if you're honest, like, yeah, I came in with unrealistic expectations. I was thinking, that she was going to be this and that. I was thinking she would be perfect. I was thinking he was going to be perfect. I was thinking that they would never make me mad. I was thinking they would never disappoint me. I was thinking they worked hard and would bring the money home and could handle money. Is somebody going to help me talk right now? Right? Were you unrealistic? Isn't it amazing how we often see people's assets and we refuse to see their liabilities? Everybody's got liabilities, right? But even a broke clock is right twice a day. Yeah, none of us gets a perfect person. I promise you, Sherry Hairston, my bride of 33 and a half years, she did not get a perfect husband, a perfect spouse. I promise you, I was a piece of work from the beginning, and she's still working, but she loves me. She's committed to me, and I'm committed to her. Listen, what it wasn't then what it is now because we've had to do some work. We've had to get honest. We've had to face our disappointments and the challenges and what we thought the other person was going to be and what they could deliver and what they were not yet prepared to be or deliver or could never have delivered. We got to get honest about our why. So that's the first step in clarifying your why. You got to be honest. Oh, put your hand on your heart and just say, oh, this is going to be tough, but I'm going to have to be honest, right? You don't even have to go and be honest with your spouse right now. You just need to get honest with yourself. And here's the next step I want to give you. This is a good opportunity to journal. So be honest, write it down, journal, spend some time alone, right? Keep this somewhere sacred and safe so that you can fully unload, right? Be honest and write down what are your deepest frustrations? Ooh, did you want to face this today? Like I know this, like I wish I could have given you something happier, but right, we got to get down to the root of this thing. What are you frustrated about? Are you frustrated that your spouse, your partner doesn't get you? They don't show up for you in really important times in your life? Are you frustrated and disappointed because they're selfish to the core? Are you frustrated because the money's running out, because they don't handle money well? Are you frustrated because y'all can't communicate? What is your deepest frustration? Maybe your deepest frustration is that there's been infidelity. And let me tell you, you got my heart right there, right? Because that's painful to go through. And sometimes people go through infidelity and they just kind of sweep it under the rug, keep it moving, right? You said you forgive me or I forgave you and can we move forward? And you try to move forward, but that thing is still jumping up on the inside of you and the trust has not been rebuilt. What's your deep frustration? Can you write that down? Can you put that down? By the way, when you write it, this is why it's so powerful to write it, to journal it. When you journal it, when you write it, you disempower it from your life. The moment you can say it, and the moment you can write it and be honest about it, I'm so frustrated. I'm so disappointed. Um, I'm struggling, right? Put it down, write it down, say it out loud, and you begin to disempower it. So, the first step for getting um, your why, getting clear about your why, clarifying your why, is firstly, firstly, right? Firstly, right? Be honest about why you got together. Secondly, write it down, journal it, go spend some time, get quiet, turn off your phone, turn off Netflix, turn off your YouTube. Well, after you finish this video, y'all know what I'm saying, right? Go get alone, get quiet, and just write down what's been frustrating. It might not even be a big frustration. It might just be one of those little nagging ones that keep happening, and it's becoming a big source of frustration. And I'm gonna talk to you in this process about what that represents, what it means. All right. So is this making sense to you? You tracking with me? So get honest. And here's the third step. Here's what you want to do: is you want to learn how to reframe the future. Because when you haven't asked why, you haven't been honest, and when you have not taken time to really write it down and get clear about it, disempower it, it begins to have power over you. And you start thinking, I have made the worst mistake of my life. I don't know what I was thinking. Why am I with this dude or why am I with this lady? Why like what is the how did I get here? Why am I here? It may not be what you think it is. It may be that your thinking has hijacked your perspective, has hijacked the possibility of your relationship. See, here's what I know is that there are 6 things, just 6 things that if you get good at them, 6 steps to take in any relationship that will absolutely transform how you relate to one another. And you might be saying, I've been working hard in this relationship. I've been trying my best. I've been giving everything. But sometimes we are giving everything. We're just not giving all of the right things. We're trying things, but we're not trying the right things. We're taking steps. We're just not taking the right steps. Like who told you that that was the thing to do? Oftentimes, when I'm working with clients, in fact, I was with one of my clients recently, and he was describing as they're trying to recover from some painful infidelity in their relationship. He's like, "Hey, I'm bringing flowers, right? I'm washing feet. I'm trying to do all of this," and he's like, "She just still stuck on, the pain and what I did." I was like, "What did you think, bro? Are you tripping? Like, what did you really think? Like, you think bringing flowers is gonna fix that kind of pain?" He's like, "Well, I thought so." I'm like, "Well, where did you get that from?" I don't. He's like, "I don't know. I guess I saw it in the movies." Listen, that's the movies. That is not real life. Sometimes we're taking steps that are not the right steps. And what I want to share with you in this process over the next few videos is what are the steps? And here's the first step. The first step is you have to clarify your why. You ready to do some work? You ready to do some work? Can I be your marriage coach in this video, in these next few videos? Let's get down to why. Let's be honest. And now let's reframe the future. Here, you say, how do I reframe the future? Here, you got to ask some of the right questions. What if we could actually work? Is it possible that we could have a future together? What if I was clear about my expectations and I adjusted my expectations? What if my spouse or my partner actually started doing the right work? What if what my dream was not illegitimate and not wrong? I just have never gotten clear about it. What if I actually told my spouse or my partner what my dream and desires and expectations were for this relationship that we're in, and they actually responded? What if we embrace the journey of learning together and getting some good support and coaching where we learn some keys and clues and begin to put them into practice? What if we both did that? What could we have? Here's what I know about most people. Most people want to push the easy button. Most people want an elevator instead of taking the stairs. Most people would rather jump on an escalator than walk up 30 flights of stairs because we want easy. But I'm telling you, there is no easy solution to relationship satisfaction. Now, if you're willing to take some really important steps, and sometimes it is hard work, let me tell you something. You can listen, the sky is the limit. Will bless your life. Well, listen, will bless your children and your children's children. Generations will turn, listen, will break generational curses. Who wants to go through the pain of divorce unnecessarily? Who wants to give up a great relationship just because we haven't gone through the right process together? We haven't taken the right steps together. Now, you might go through these steps and be like, you know what? I got to get up out of here. But at least you save yourself the headache of marrying somebody that you weren't meant to be with. You tracking with me? And so I want you to start reframing the future so that you can start thinking clearly about the possibilities. And you begin those questions with, what if I did this? And what if the other person did this? What if there was something we were missing? What if we actually jumped in both feet into a legitimate process and begin to understand how to resolve conflict? Right? Sometimes you're having conflict and it's cycling and recycling and it's stacking and keeps growing and you never resolve it. And you're like, this is ridiculous. I can't keep doing this. The problem is not the conflict, because we all gonna have conflict. That's part of relationships. The problem is you don't know how to stop the cycle. And I want to teach you how to stop that cycle. We never communicate. How about we reframe that? We're not good at communication and we need some help with that. What if you said, my spouse needs something from me, my partner needs something from me that I don't know how to deliver? As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure what my spouse or partner needs from me. But if I learn, maybe I can learn, and maybe they can learn what my most important needs are, and we can ball out in this relationship. You track what I'm saying? What if my partner, my spouse, knew how to soothe my pain, right? Maybe you got some traumas that happened along the way. Maybe they happened in this relationship. Maybe they happened long before this relationship or outside of this relationship, and your partner is clueless. They don't know what to do. They just back up, shut down, don't do anything. When you're having your moment, you're bleeding, you're hurting, and they don't know what to do. What if they knew what to do to help you really recover from maybe some abuse, maybe some parental wounds, maybe something happened in another relationship previous to them? Are you tracking with me? What if we can reframe it and give you the tools that you need? So in 2025, right, I want to give you 6 steps to relationship success, and it's going to absolutely blow your mind. So this is step number one. And step number one is we got to clarify the why. All right. I really hope that this is helpful to you. I want to invite you. Just look down in the description. I got some freebies down there. They're just for you. Just click on something that could be useful to you. There's our Happy Marriage Workshop, which sort of expands on this framework that I'm sharing with you. And you can go through that. Or there's also, if you've been through infidelity, there's a resource there, the first 5 steps to help you understand what to do. And so I want to give you something that will really encourage you, all right, really help you, give you some practical, actionable steps. Because listen, people who get transformation take action first. And so I want to give you something to do. Make sure that you get honest. Make sure that you pull out your journal and start writing. Make sure that you start reframing the future. How do we reframe this future? And this will help you take your first big step toward relationship success in 2025. Hey, I'm so glad that we had the opportunity just to spend some time together. Look for the next video. I'm going to give you step 2 in the upcoming video, and it's going to teach you what next so you can have a successful relationship life, married life in 2025. All right. And hey, make sure that you subscribe. We're trying to reach as many people as possible. Can you help us push through to the next level by becoming a subscriber? That would be awesome. And drop something in the comments. If you got questions you want me to talk about on this channel, relationship questions, I would love to answer your questions. I would love to address some of the challenges that you've been facing. I've been doing this for years. I love it. And I'm looking forward to doing this literally for the rest of my life, serving couples and making you thrive, helping you thrive and succeed in your marriage or relationship. All right, I'll see you in the next video. We'll talk then.